What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So today I just wanted to make a quick video just discussing the whole Fallout 76 situation, my thoughts on it. I know there's been like a lot of controversy around this game. Everyone is saying it sucks, and I even gave one of my friends a beta code. You guys may know him if you watch the old videos on the channel. His name is Bubba, and he is someone who has literally never touched a Fallout game in his life, and he said that his first initial reaction was like, yo, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not enjoying this because I don't know what's going on. So in that aspect, I could see why a lot of people may not like it if you're maybe brand new to the game and you have literally no idea what's going on. In this game itself, even my first reaction to it, I did a first reaction video. I recorded it for me playing Fallout 76, the beta, for the first time. I didn't upload it yet. I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but even my first initial thoughts on it were like, wow, I don't really quote-unquote like this at first, because I had literally no idea what was going on. I had no idea that a stash was there. I didn't even know that there was a player stash that you could, store items in, sort of like an ender chest, if you want to think of it that way, from Minecraft, where it's a universal storage. And so I just literally had no idea about certain things like that, just different features, and I didn't realize that certain things had weight to it like they wouldn't have in Fallout, any of the other Fallout games. This game is set in survival mode, and a lot of those things I didn't take into account. But there's one thing, a major thing that I really haven't looked into, but I know it's a big issue with a lot of people. And this is why I try not to get involved too much in man, I really hate the drama that YouTube can bring up, and it's not specifically like a YouTube issue, but I know for example, the whole idea of the Brotherhood of Steel being in Fallout 76. I'm not a lore person. I haven't looked too much into it, but apparently in this, it's only been 25 years after the bombs fell, or 20 years or something. So the Brotherhood should not exist at this point, or whatever. They shouldn't be on the East Coast, whatever. To me, that's not a huge big deal, because I'm interested in the lore of Fallout, but I don't sit here with a magnifying glass going over every little detail of the game. And it seems like things like that are being blown way too far out of proportion. You have so many people covering it, and then we have so many viewers that are watching this, and I'm sure a lot of people don't really care, but they're still gonna make a bigger deal out of it because, that's the cool thing to do. If there's more negative attention brought to something, then that's what's gonna get more views, I feel like. And I kind of feel like that's pretty sad, but whatever. That's just a little thought in my head. This is the thing. Fallout 76 is an online game. Obviously, there are no NPCs in it that are going to give you quests or anything, and you're not going to talk to, quote-unquote real humans in the game, in the sense of, there's not going to be a quest giver that's a human in front of you that's going to talk to you and stuff. Obviously, that's not the case. The whole world is built around, audio logs, reading notes, and stuff like that, so if you are into lore in that way, that's great. You could read every single thing that you want. You can't, this game is meant to be enjoyed over years and years and years. They want this game to have a long life cycle. They want to make it have sort of probably a longer life cycle than maybe Fallout 4 and whatnot. This is going to be our Fallout game that we're going to be stuck with for a really, really long time. And I'm okay with that. I'll give you my thoughts on the overall thing in just a second, but I'm sure what most people do is, like myself, to be honest, I don't read into every single bit of lore. I'll be straight up. I read into certain things every now and then, but mostly I just play the game and enjoy it. I leave the lore reading up to YouTubers like, for example, Oxhorn. He's a great Fallout lore channel. He covers a lot of that, and if I'm really trying to look into some backstories on certain things, I would go to a channel like his, where he would cover the lore of everything. And for this game, for it being online, like I said, my first day that I played Fallout 76, I didn't really enjoy the beta. I played, the beta went on for like, what, 8 hours, I think, on that day, the first time I played it, or something like that. It was a really, like, pretty much half of the day was a beta or something. It went on for a while. And I only played the beta for like 3 hours. I played it for barely any time that the beta was up because I didn't know what was going on. I felt a little disappointed, and I had no one online at the time to play it with, so I was like, whatever. I got off and I just went to sleep right away. I was like, I don't even care. I'm tired. It drained me. So I got off. The next day or 2 days later, the beta came back again, and my friends got on and we all played it together, and I had a way different experience. It was so much more fun. We were exploring a Fallout world together, and that is something that clearly I've never ever done before. This is the first Fallout Online game. And to share an experience like that with your friends online, and even if you don't have friends that you know that are on your friends list that you can just say, hey, you want to get on Fallout and let's play together, you don't have to do that. You can meet random people in the world if you want to. You could just pause your game, look at the map, and maybe track some people down if they're not near you, and see if they want to team up or whatever. And just, I would recommend doing that maybe. Just like, finding some people to play this game with. It was one of the best experiences I've had in gaming in a pretty long time. Not too long, but I had a really great time, We were laughing, joking, having these great experiences, coming across a bunch of different things that we had never seen before in Fallout for the first time, like the Greenbrier Estate, the golf course, the bunker, all of this different stuff. We were exploring the entire map together, trying to get that giant excavator online. Just, oh man, it was such a great time, and I can't wait to get back into it again. Meanwhile, the first day that I played it, I was like, wow, I don't even know if I really want to even buy the game now. And then I played it with my friends, and we had such a great time. So I think that is the way that the game is meant to be played. If you are that type of person that really likes to read into lore, more power to you. But I feel like this game is more of a game where you could still read the lore and stuff with your friends. That's not what I'm trying to say at all. But I feel like people should just stop complaining about all of that. I know it seems like I'm being rude or mean or whatever, but I just feel like that's all I'm seeing lately online. There's just so many people complaining about the game instead of accepting that this is what we have and just deal with it and just explore and enjoy the game. This is what we have, and you're not going to really change it too drastically by complaining like, oh, this game sucks, add NPCs. I mean, apparently there's going to be DLC for free in the future. Maybe they'll add in DLCs that I heard the YouTuber Mr. Matty Plays brought up a good point, right? Like where there are these closed vaults that I don't think anyone has been in any of the vaults yet in the beta, but there are these sealed vaults. Maybe that there could be like a little DLC in the future where we could open the vaults and then the world will be filled with NPCs. Who knows? But for right now, this is all we have, and I feel like people should just accept it. Obviously, there are certain issues that I feel like should definitely be fixed on the technical side and other things like that, where the frame rate does go really bad in certain areas. Like there are terrible frame rate issues in certain spots, as well as there are audio glitches I've noticed where it sounds like a giant turret is shooting and it just is complete ear rape. Things like that need to be fixed, obviously, and I'm sure they will. And there's also the issue of the stash. You can only hold about 400 weight inside of your player stash, which that's obviously an issue if the game is going to be played for many years. How are we only going to be able to fit 400 pounds worth of weight into this stash over that many years? I'm sure that's not going to work out too well. Who knows? I haven't had the issue with it yet, but I have seen people complain about that, and it had been brought to my attention, and it did concern me in a way. Just certain things like that, but I feel like if Bethesda wanted to change something about the Brotherhood of Steel being there in the lore, I don't know. I'm not too I don't care that much about that being a lore issue, just because I'm more about playing this game for the online experience rather than the lore, just because that's the big focus of this game. Now, maybe if this game was a single player only game, it would be a different story for me. I have a completely different opinion, but as of right now, I really don't see it as that big of a deal. Just that's how I feel. Like I said, I will leave all of the lore content and where I'm gonna get my daily fix for lore from the YouTubers. I could just go to one of those lore channels. But yeah, I just, if you're planning on getting the game, you haven't played the beta yet, all I really have to say is do not look into all of the negative videos. I've seen so many videos just trashing the game just because they can, and it's just, I feel like I even see that with a lot with movies and stuff, where it's like people trash a movie and then I watched the movie and I'm like, wow, this movie isn't as bad as people said it was. So just look at it that way, where it's like, if you want to look into the negative criticism, go for it, but still go into things with an open mind. Honestly, I think it's a fine game, very enjoyable. Sure, it's a beta, right? At this point, I've been playing it in the beta form, so there are bugs that need to be addressed and certain little issues like the player stash, which definitely is a thing that should be addressed. But there's nothing, I don't know why people are saying this is a completely trash game and you shouldn't buy it. Like, that is something that I completely disagree with. I replied to a comment on a video where I said, this is a great game where, you know, if you love Fallout and you love the universe and you're tired of playing a single player game and you want to play an online game but you want to stay in the Fallout universe, then get this game, you know? And I came together with a group of Fallout loving friends and we played a game that we're passionate about together in a beta, and we had an amazing time. So if you have friends that love Fallout and you want to share that experience with them, definitely get this game. I really feel like it's an amazing game to play with friends. And once again, though, playing it solo, once you learn how to do everything, I'm sure is still going to be enjoyable as well, because the entire time, or not the entire time, but there was a lot of points in the beta where I was in a party chat with friends, but I was still exploring solo and we were off doing our own things. So the gameplay itself isn't too bad. If, like, you could still play by yourself. It's not that big of an issue. But I would say that the experience is way, way better if you play with friends, just exploring things for the first time with them. Like I said, it's really, really cool. So that's all I really have to say. Those are my thoughts on the beta. Like I said, I did have a first reaction video that I recorded of the actual beta itself. I don't know if I'm going to put that out. If you guys want me to, then sure, I might. But yeah, I just wanted to get my general thoughts off of my chest about Fallout 76, just to maybe, if you guys had any, or wanted some insight on my, you know, thoughts on it, there you go. And hopefully, if some of you guys were thinking negatively of the game without maybe even trying it yet, you could take my thoughts into consideration when you think about maybe purchasing it when it comes out, because honestly, I would recommend picking it up. I really would. Don't look into the negativity. If you want to have fun online with some friends, pick it up, guys. Even if you just get it to explore the world, it looks awesome. The game really does look nice, honestly. There are a lot of areas in the game that look really nice. So that's it, though. That's all I really have to say. Yeah, pick it up. Get the game. I'm seriously going to recommend it. If you enjoy Fallout games, I don't see why you wouldn't get it. So, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.